For 58 years, Norman and I have used the Presbyterian Publishing Daily Devotional Guide. It has changed names several times, and editors more times than that, and the format a few times, but it has consistently provided food for thought based on the lectionary readings. Contributors come from all ages, all walks of life, even other denominations, and there's a great pool of diversity. As a quarterly publication, the articles are written 7 to 9 months before we read them. Often I think the daily items are in response to what happened yesterday or last week, so I know that the divine inspiration is involved also. Today I'd like to share the message from October 20th and my reflections on it. The title is Hope for Future Generations, and the scripture is Deuteronomy 34, 1-12. It was written by a young man who came from South Korea to Knox College in Toronto, Canada, and is now serving a church in Nova Scotia. He writes, "One night when I was serving as a chaplain for a Christian camp program, all the campers and staff got together for an outdoor worship. It was around 8 p.m., but the dusky sky was veiled with thick clouds. It was very dark, and the young campers took out their flashlights when we began to sing hymns in order to make out the words in their hymn books. Witnessing this scene, I was inspired. The dark night could symbolize challenging times for God's church. But regardless of how many, there will always be people who come out from the dark as God's remnant. They will seek out the legacy of faith that we leave, and like the young campers trying to read their hymn books of praise in the dark. In spite of the hard challenges faced by churches today, we live faithfully in hope. The trace that we leave as God's people will help the next generation to understand how to go further than we did and help them to write new stories of God's imperishable life. O God, raise your people to work toward the world that is to come." Amen. The candlelight worship service is my favorite Christmas tradition. I don't remember any in my childhood. We rarely went to any services at night, but joining Norman's family at the Messiah Lutheran Church in Broadwater for the Christmas Eve candlelight service quickly became the highlight of my Christmas celebration. The ever-widening glow as candle after candle is lighted says so much about Christian unity. I can imagine that the glow from the flashlights and the young voices rising together was equally powerful. I have many memories of points of light. Most of my childhood, I fell asleep watching the beacon from the Alliance Airport, sweeping the sky and pointing the way for airplanes. On the rare occasions that my family traveled at night, I would watch for farmyard lights along the way. Seeing the lights made a connection with other people for me. I read and reread stories of rescue because of a flickering light across the prairie or a lighthouse shining across the water. I was a senior in high school when my parents moved from the ranch yard deep in the hills to what is now the Wells Ranch on the edge of the table. From there, I could see the yard lights of 3 neighbors and the airport beacon and the faint glow of Alliance, and I was in community. I was even excited when we moved here and discovered that living on a corner in Alliance, I didn't need a nightlight. All I have to do is leave a small opening in the blinds, and the city provides a nightlight. As I was reminiscing about the points of light in my life, I realized that without darkness, there would not be points of light. Think about it. There's a street light a couple of blocks from our house that is always on in the daytime. In the daytime, we don't notice it unless we happen to look up at that intersection. But at night, it illuminates the street half a block in each direction. You can light a candle any old time, but if it isn't dark, no one else will see it. I don't remember ever seeing the airport beacon in the daytime. A farmyard light in the daytime is just a pole in the yard. Friends, we are points of light. Under these dark clouds of COVID and political turmoil, we are points of light. We may feel that our candle is flickering and about to go out. We may think our flashlight batteries are about gone. We might think our beacon needs the lenses cleaned. Our lights are shining, though. With every shoebox filled for Operation Christmas Child, with every can of corn and cranberry sauce, with every cake mix or package of stuffing, with each bottle of shampoo or cream rinse, with each dollar or hour given or shared here at First Presbyterian, our lights are shining. As we reach out to others, our lights get brighter as they brighten the lights of others. Jesus is the light, and we are the children of light. Remember the Sunday school song, "This Little Light of Mine"? I hope you sing it all week. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. May God light our days, light our nights, light our lives for His glory. Amen.